We are now moving ahead with our next session and another presentation. So let me call upon stage Session Chairman Mr. Mangesh Patil, Maurya Group, Kolhapur. And I'd like to request Mr. Mangesh Patil to please escort our another speaker, Dr. Santosh Bhave. Can we have a round of applause for our next speaker, Dr. Santosh Bhave? Meanwhile, let's have the AV please. Dr. Santosh Bhave, Director HR, Bharat Forge, Pune.
As a Senate member, a member on Board of Studies and member on Academic Council of many renowned universities, Dr. Santosh Bhave has over 45 years of experience in the management field with specialized area as change management, competency and talent development, and human resource development. He is presently working as Director, Human Resource and Industrial Relations at Bharat Forge Limited, an Indian conglomerate having head office at Pune and factories at various locations. He holds a Master's Law and PhD and has also pursued his Master's in Personnel Management. Dr. Bhave has guided 7 students to complete their PhD at Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Recently, the Asia Pacific Federation of Human Resource Management APFHRM has appointed him as member on the Accreditation Board. He is also a fellow member of National Institute of Personnel Management NIPM. He has been nominated by the Government of India as the member of Expert Committee for suggesting amendments in Factories Act. Adding a feather in his cap, he has edited 6 volumes of research compendiums on various HR topics published by National Institute of Personnel Management, Institute of HR Professionals on All India basis.
Mr. Sachin Chirgaonkar, Chairman of IIF Kolhapur chapter, Mr. Mallar Bhadurgi, who happens to coordinate with me for last about 10 days time and ensured I'm present here. Mr. Sachin, Chairman of this session, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Master of Ceremony, we were to start at some time. We are starting 20 minutes late. So is it, have you raised debit note to me for time? No? So is it time is credited to my account? Yes. That's fantastic. This is something without digitization how people can work. Very good. I've been assigned a topic, competitive advantage through people in digital era. People management is my passion. People management is my profession. And therefore, people management is my family. Everything needs to have a logic, and therefore there is a logic. I work as a Director HR with Bharat Forge. My wife works as a HR manager with Union Bank. My son works as a HR manager with Norbremse. And my daughter-in-law is a professor in HR. Therefore, I work with HR as a profession. I live with HR, and therefore I am a HR professional. Next 30th of April, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be completing my 50th year in HR profession. I started my job on 1st May 1973. It's almost all 49 years and 6 months' time. Without digitization, nothing is possible these days. But I dare to say, without people engagement, even digitization is not possible. In business, people are most important assets is wrong. A latter part of my statement is, right people are your most important assets. I teach in number of institutes in Pune daily for last about 20 years' time. And I always tell my students, so as to even my managers too, there are guys, those who are having wealth of years of experience. What's use of it? Unless and until their core experience is supporting my organization as a relevant experience. And therefore, the right people are your most important assets. Who are right? Those who have depth of experience along with relevancy, urge to deliver something better than the best, and then one can ensure turnaround of your company, of course, with the help of digital technology. That is how I rate the people management these days. Now, in my humble opinion, there are two important things for the survival of any industry. Digitization is, of course, there. But then one important thing is cost. And second important thing, since the subject what I am dealing is with people management, is do you have people, those who can differentiate in your organization? So the important thing is the differentiator capability if your guys have in their mind, in their body, in their application. Then only, ladies and gentlemen, they can be considered as a differentiator. How is it if you have two leaders? One can put positive influence on the mind of decision makers, and that is why two guys are joining your organization maybe as a graduate trainee engineer. Someone after completing of certain years' time reached to the position of maybe manager or senior manager, but then another one who passed out from the same college, joined on the same day, attained the position of executive director of your organization. Example, chief guest of this conference, Mr. B.P. Kalyani, who was here yesterday, is a differentiator. Had joined our company as a graduate trainee engineer, and now he is a profit center head, executive director of the organization. Now, why people are important? People makes the organization work. No organization work automatically. It's not Alauddin and Jadoo ka diya. You rub, and certain time God or spirit will come and say, क्या चाहिए आपको? Profit. It doesn't make like that. People will make a difference. So therefore, people makes the organization. People are considered, as I said, differentiator in your organization. People create the innovative ways. Our Mangalyaan has gone. Chandrayaan, right up to certain kilometers, it succeeded. People made the difference for us there. People always considered alternative in product and product line. People develop intellectual property. Your intellectual property doesn't come from automatic way. People develop that. And of course, people are brand ambassadors of your organization. I am one to believe those are the employees, those who are working in your organization, they are, of course, your assets. But then I tend to believe that the guys, those who are leaving your organization, they are better ambassador of your organization. What they speak outside, what they practice, they preach, they speak. That is why I consider guys, those who are leaving your organization are brand ambassadors. It reminded me, one of our senior HR colleague from profession, you might have heard name, Leena Nair, she was Global Chief HR Head of Hindustan Lever. She advocated the philosophy that we don't produce only household product, Hindustan Lever, surf, like this, but we produce chief executives also. And she went on saying, it's not possible that those GTs and management trainees, those who join organization, every time they will get a slot what they prefer. So in a course of journey, some guys are leaving. Willingly, we allow them to leave because they are getting some chief executive position. And she said, in India and abroad, those who had joined Hindustan Lever as either graduate training engineer or management trainee, at least numbering to 1,000 industries in India, some ex-employee of Hindustan Lever is working as a chief executive officer. Everything succeeded the way what it was needed for is there. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly you need for digital transformation? For digital transformation, let this monitor get started, then only I can operate. Like this, no issue. No, it's not getting operated, I think, here. Okay, fine, it has come. Sometimes digitization also tend to confuse you. I was advised by people management to do my arrow here, it doesn't work. And therefore, I had to seek advice from you, ma'am. And then as a people manager, you advised me, do that. Thank you very much. What exactly is a digital transformation? Digital business strategy and culture, staff and customer engagement, process innovation, digital technology, and so rightly, ma'am Joshi, you said, data collection. Since I referred your name, ma'am, let me tell you, during last many years' time, with such a continuity and mastery, I had never heard any presentation like what you did. My compliments to you. Godrej is a family name, but then I never realized some lady who talked for sustainability can also become family name in this August gathering. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, how digital transformation takes place, I'm going to take you, and how it supports people management over there. Driving people to be part of digital transformation, I am a firm believer that only people can develop transformation. But what it needs, you can see on a screen over there. You need to care for a mindset. There has to be a proper communication. Organization need to empower to the best possible way. Let somebody commit a mistake. But then chief executive walking your shop floor and putting his hand on the back of somebody who commits a mistake and just say, "Mai hu na." Ladies and gentlemen, it will create a difference in the mind of guy who is committing mistake for us there. Communication. Skill set. Mine is a continuous process industry, Bharat Forge. But then I also considered thinking for skill set is also continuous process. And then last one is, one need to think for tool set. I'm going to talk on each of the point in next about 10-minute time. Let us talk something about mindset. We are getting digitized. Other day I walked in at my house after 6 o'clock. My wife works in a bank, so she had liberty to reach home at 5:30. And she was on a hot mood. I asked her, what happened? The figures in a bank could not get tallied. Boss fired you. She said, nothing that sort. Last 3 days, maid servant is not coming, and you are not helping me out. I go to bank, son goes to factory, daughter-in-law, she goes on teaching, and you on the top of moon always talk for your job. Who will wash the utensils? Suddenly, bell rang, and that maid servant fortunately arrived. My God. You can imagine the scenario. Wife started bombarding to her. What do you think? You are the only lady in this available at Pune area there. I can hire somebody. She started looking. And that maid servant said in Marathi, "Madam, तुम्ही WhatsApp नाही का बघितलं? मी message पाठवलं तुम्हाला मी येत नाही म्हणून." My God. I was so happy to see face of my wife. One need to change the mindset of people now. Let me tell you, sir, your institute will not dare to take seminar on digitization down the line after 10 years' time. Because the guys, engineers, graduates, those who are coming out from colleges, they are digital students. They are born in digital technology. And therefore, they live with digitization. Person like me, I can't talk anybody from audience. I need to be taught for lessons for digitization there. But the most important thing is, there has to be transformation of process, strategies and culture. Culture in your organization is most important thing. If we talk for digital technology and people management, what type of language you talk in your organization? Are you still talking bureaucratic language? File the papers, memos, or you communicate everything in digital technology? What is that culture is imbibed in your organization? And that speaks about the managerial grid. That speaks about the ethos. And ladies and gentlemen, that speaks about the expected delivery in your organization. Bringing in effectivity in communication. Is your management communicating your objectives with clarity? There is a cardinal principle in HR. Reprimand in private and appreciate in public. Now organizations like mine, so 60 years old organization, where we have two sets of age groups. Somebody, those who are above 55, somebody, those who are joined during last about a decade. How do you communicate them? Young guy, if you fire him on a shop floor for his there, next minute he will see and search the exit of your shop floor. Guy like me, probably we can afford. So whether in communication, your management with the help of digital technology, are you playing the mind game to ensure that mindset of a people is built to bring in the ability and transformation in your organization there? Is your organization is taking all steps to empower the people? Answer can be yes, answer can be no. And I feel really proud of an ambassador of a company like Bharat Forge, where I worked for last about 20 years' time. We have truly helped people to transform their life. I am quite sure from this August gathering, very few might have heard that any manufacturing organization has 5 university campuses sitting on their factory premises. Mine is one. In our company, we have campus of BITS Pilani. We have our campus of IIT Mumbai. We have campus of Warwick University. We have campus of Board of Technical Education. We have campus of Deakin University, Melbourne. So we empower people to ensure from KG to PG, kindergarten to postgraduate. You always think, admit the son or daughter in such institute where you will be not pressurized when he pass out his 10th and 12th for donations for his there. So when I admit him or her at KG, pass out as a PG. In our company, somebody who is doing his ITI, if he or she wish to, can transform himself with the degree of IIT. Have you seen anywhere else? I'm quite sure no. We have empowered people to produce about 600 degree holder engineers from BITS Pilani. And then history and success stories goes on there. Next is skill set. How you are using the digital technology in ensuring that the skill set of your people is increased. We have about 2,200 unionized employees with us there in our company, and then about 8,000-9,000 other guys, those who are working. Let me tell you, during last 2 agreements what we have signed with our union, the union agreed that the next agreement which will be signed by our workman, no employee will get benefit unless he increases with the help of company to improve on his skill sets for his there. And then let me tell you, never heard again anywhere. In many engineering industries, ladies and gentlemen, you might have heard the attrition rate ranging about 10%, 15%, 20% for is there. In my company, during last about 3 years, 4 years, 5 years time, attrition rate is 0.5%. Highest one we had touched about 0.9%. Well, I mean, there are people, those who always tell me that you don't allow fresh blood to get inducted in your company there. But then there are ways. When we provide such type of empowerment to our employees for is there, why is it he or she will think of leaving the organization for is there? And let me tell you, with the help of everything what we do, 75% of our general managers, executive directors, everyone they are homegrown product. They had joined Bharat Forge either as a graduate training engineer or something like this there. And then the last one what you will find here as a tool set. When I am from HR, during last about few years time, we tossed about bringing in different types of digital tool in our organization. There are a number of digital tool available, like BitSci, Zoho People, Kronos Workforce, I tried and failed, LAMS Talent Acquisition, Workforce HRMS, and then finally we landed at SAP Success Factor for it there. Now, when I talk for tool set for HR, we also talk for tool sets for all employees in our organization. Is your company taking really a diagnostic analysis of requirement of tool set which is needed not for today, but down the line after 10 years time for us there? If answer is yes, then that is the right method to help to reach the objective of your organization. Employee with the right tool set are a key to your digital success. That is why we entered for our unionized employees, ladies and gentlemen, 3-month certification training program with the help of Indo-German training tool at Aurangabad. And let me tell you, 100% of our unionized employees have undergone that program. We have launched the Industry 4.0 laboratory at our organization for is there. And then, if someone wants to earn the next progression growth in organization, then he or she need to undergo that program in our organization. We all read in United States or in European countries, those who invented digital methodologies for is there. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, and even Elon Musk, Tesla Motors. What everybody's common thinking is, it is the human brain which is the biggest driver for digitization. And let me tell you, what is the most complicated tool available on our earth for is there? This is the tool. World's most neglected technology is human body. Technology is an extension of human imagination. In India, we started very late. Remember the day 11th June or July 1969, when Apollo 11, with the help of Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins, it landed on a moon. Digital technology. We talked for digital technology 3 years back. I had gone to Johannesburg. I had some prescription, I wanted some medicine for is there. On Indian prescription, nobody was giving. They said, on this prescription, if you want to translate in our language, then certain dollar. For similar disease, if you want to consult our doctor, then double than that. I went to one medical shop. I showed him prescription, I told him that I can't afford this cost. Surprisingly, he was a Negro. He said, are you from India? I said, yes. He said, I remember Mahatma Gandhi had visited our country. I always help people coming from India. And he saw my prescription, translated in a language what he want, just pushed a button. He was single pharmacist sitting in that office. Entire shelf turned down, and then from a ground floor, those tablets came and were dumped on his desk for us there. There was a screen, and in English I could see certain number of tablets were debited, number of order was placed. I asked him, what is it? He said, everything automatic for is there. Such a big shop. But then human body, it work for is there. And then, the biggest playground for ensuring digital technology is a human body. I was talking to our factory medical officer, that how many thousands electronic components must be there in human body? He said, I never thought some HR guy will ask me this question for is there. He said, in multiple thousands, lakhs, I don't know for is there. When I talk to you, I speak, I move my hands. It is a mechanical engineering. But somewhere is giving me instruction is a electronic engineering. And therefore, human body is the most complicated, and I as a HR professional deal with that most complicated body for us there. Let us see people matrix for Industry 4.0. I care for people, talent management, retention, capability building, collaborative work, cobot. I was just going through the literature. I'm a research student, okay? I've guided few students for PhD, so I always, whenever I always go for literature survey. J. Edward Colgate and Michael Pesca of North Carolina University, he coined in 1996 the word cobot and artificial intelligence for us there. And therefore, the necessity for leadership development comes with the help of big data analysis. Having said so, what is that going to help through digitization to people management for us there? There can be a new avenues for talent acquisition with the help of digital technology. We are already experiencing remote interviews. Previously, I used to call guys from Kolkata, Chennai, or even from foreign countries. You can have virtual interviews now. You can scan through candidate experience and then tally whatever is there on whatever platform he is a member of. Diversity and inclusion is one of the most thing. And then you talk for artificial intelligence for us there. Digital learning, even in my organization, has always helped for capability building for us there. We are in forging industry. But then with the help of digital technology, we have built up the capability of people for us there. We were in automotive component. Now we are in aerospace, defense, marine, railways. Let me tell you how this transformation has taken place with the help of learning initiatives, what I told you, Pitch Pilani and Warwick and everything for us there. All vice presidents attached to this different business for is there. None of it were hired from open market. All are homegrown. This is what is the classic example of capability building. Along with that, one need to think very, very seriously for data analysis, leadership development, and technological enhancement for us there. But having said so, how do I talk for cobot working for us there? We have very largely introduced cobot working in our organization, which is benefiting for encourage cross communications for us there. Physical intervention has greatly reduced. It has helped in trusting relationship because it is based on data. Digital technology has started leveraging the trust amongst team members for is there. Digital technology has started helping us minimizing manual intervention with the help of artificial intelligence. And then it has started establishing common goal. Now, having said so, let us see. In age-old time, when I was a student of MBA until last about 10 years' time. We were talking about leadership matrix. We were talking for guys, managers, those who need to have concern for people or concern for production for is there. If you see, there are 4 blocks and in middle you will find middle of the road. On top if you find country club, it means that someone who has only liking for people management. Do you need people like this in organization? He will be very much goody-goody with organization instead of organization with people. Somebody at the lower block, you will find improvised. It means the guys, those who have low concern for people as well as low concern for production. You definitely don't need such type of people in organization. Then on other side, you have one block that talks for produce or perish. Some taskmaster will be there. He will concern only for production. And he will fire his colleagues like this. Either produce or perish. Either it will be my way or you will be on highway. We don't need such type of people. Digital technology will help you on upper block to produce more and more team player for us there. Those who have high level of concern for people as well as high level of concern for production. And how now there is a transformation for is there. You will find on a screen for is there. Okay? So you will find a different leadership matrix like concern for people and concern for innovation instead of concern for production. Now you will find you need a guys, those who have concern for innovation and concern for technology. You need a people with the help of digital technology. You need a social leader. You need a digital leader. You need a freshman, those who can induce the idea for is there. And you need a technological leader also. So going back, comparing to first model, now we are transforming to second model of leadership matrix, that SL, DL, FL and TL. Where you have a people and those who have high level of concern for people and high level of concern for production. Madam Doshi talked very loudly and cleverly, advocated the philosophy of big data and analysis for us there. All the factors supporting your decision in people management through data. Previously, the decision what manager used to take, decisions were leaning more towards subjectivity. There were a high element of subjectivity and recency effect. 364, somebody is doing bad work on 365th day. He did excellent work. Boss will have that impression only in his mind. Recency effect. Against that, somebody is doing very excellent work on 363 day and last 2 days something happened, it failed. So boss said, oh my God, rotten mango in my team. Recency effect. But then now, digital technology and artificial intelligence will help you in collecting the data, and that will, my dear friend, will help you in transforming from subjectivity to objectivity. And the most important benefit, ladies and gentlemen, what we got towards people management of digital technology, that we all have started taking objective-based decision for us there. And of course, people would like to know 5 questions. Why, when, what, where, whom? These are 5 cardinal W. With the help of digital technology, people would like to ask. In absence of digital technology, guys always used to think in their mind, why promotion is not given to me? Why to him? What made my boss to think like this? Oh my God, when it happened, grapevine spreading in a company forest there. Everything stopped. And that is why, if you find a digital disruption, you will find competitive advantage to people. Yesterday, I was discussing with my advocate at Mumbai. He's a senior counsel in Supreme Court. I told him, this cannot happen. In a fraction of moment, his assistant, who is 24 years old, 56 years younger than me, threw 12 Supreme Court decision on my face. I was saying it will not happen. She said, it will happen. Digital technology. And last, what is the impact of digital technology? Job will disappear. Work does not. Smart people will be there to do the smart type of job. Intelligent people will be there to do innovative type of job. How many of you are engineers? How many of you are engineers with engineering mind? Other day I was addressing some conclave like this. So I happened to see the Cambridge Dictionary before going to that conclave. Definition in Cambridge Dictionary of engineer means a person who has capability to innovate, person who can create, person who can build, person who can do everything from nothing, shunyatma jag nirman karna. There are engineers without engineering mind. And there are guys, those who are not engineer but engineering mind. We want a guys, whether he is a qualified engineer or not, but with engineering mind on a top bar is there. Job disappear, work will not. Continuous challenge will be, what is the future of job? We need to toss idea. Man versus machine or man with machine. If you start opposing machine, you are opposing your future. If you are friendly with technology, you are creating the future generations. Technology need to get with skill set. No doubt about it there. I give you example of advocate Young who threw 12 cases on my face. In strategic management also, there has to be an alignment. You cannot have a battery of 1,000 monkeys and fight a war on global arena for is there. Instead of that, I would like to have 100 brilliant soldiers with digital mind for is there. And I will fight entire world for is there. Mind it well. You have a people, but then if they are without technology, there will be somebody who can throw you from your marketplace next day. Technology helps for reducing the cycle time, increase efficiency, and decrease the cost. In my opening speech, I said, what's the important thing? Cost. And guys, those who can make the differentiation for is there. Technology will make you system orientation, focus towards individual development. It increases your productivity, and at national level, it helps in increasing the GDP. Having said so, I have only now 4 minutes left. Is digital intervention impacting value system? You may have high level of digitization for is there. But if your organization don't have concern for the people, those who are working with you, no use for having high level of technology. In Bangalore campus, when Narayan Murthy used to stand in his cabin and used to see fleet of buses going to out of Mysuru center, he used to say, it's my intellectual property which is leaving today at 5 o'clock. I don't know whether how many of them will return back tomorrow for us there. Value system for the people for us there. Do I respect the lowermost and seniormost man in our organization? Do I have had transparency? Am I caring for building up the career growth of guys working in my organization for us there? Do I scrupulously follow reprimand in private and appreciate in public for us there? If you use this technical HR tool for us there, nothing can stop you. And therefore, my dear friends, one need to think, is digital intervention impacting a value system? Let us build up that thinking process with our mind for us there. Let digital technology come. But let us not forget we are Bharatiya and Indian. Let us think of respecting somebody who works with you as a human being for his family. And therefore, before coming here, last week I was on Chardham Yatra. Just 3 days back I returned back to Pune. The society where I stay, in next building there is a professor of Sanskrit who stays in next building. I was just discussing with her. This is what is the topic which I am supposed to talk. And she suggested me I should end my talk with Sanskrit stanza. Therefore, atra jnanam adhakalyasta asti mahat avashakta. Yato hi nevam bhavanti samyak vegapurna nirnay kshamata. Yada manavasama yatha yogyam bhavanti sanskaranam. Tadaiva tantra jnanam yayanti bhavishyani safalani. Sarva sanshodhakam kiranam yada muladhara magamasu ataha manoti sarva siddhi nama bhulata karanam. It means that technology is necessity of time. It brings in speed and correctness in decision. It makes it decision-making process correct. However, technological efforts will succeed only by nurturing human mind, which is the base of any innovation. Atap manoti sarvasiddhi mulata karanam. Therefore, we need to see what is important for us. Technology or human being. Technology is here to support, but human beings and people are here to stay. India is a country where we have 135 crores of people they are living. Let us not use the technology of ensuring and assuring. Instead of ensuring people losing the job, technology must be used for assuring the protection of job. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I humbly pray yourself, and thank you, sir, for inviting me here, allowing me to place my few thoughts over here. My contact details are available here. If anyone wish to have any thoughts, most welcome. You will receive reply within 8 hours' time. Thank you very much.
That was a very wonderful speech from Mr. Bhave. And since last 2 days, we have been hearing about digitalization. But again, nothing is possible without a positive mindset of your team members and educating them, the literacy level, all needed for digitalization plays a very vital role in this transformation. So this was an enlightening speech from his side. And now I would request for any quick questions, if any.
Yes, I am Shyam Deshinkar. I own a small foundry, and recently, I tried to go gather data digitally about our production, how the things are happening. And suddenly there is realization that the people I thought were very good, their performance is poor. And then how to handle such situation? How to convince these people that now they need to change and, take the organization forward, because this can cause a sudden disruption. For example, suppose we are thinking the performance is at 80% level and you find that it is at 30% level. Based on some models, then how do we handle such situations?
Have you finished your question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Please have words. How I would have handled it there. Instead of how to handle it there, I'll tell you how I would have handled it there. In my opinion, in society, particularly in industrial segment, can you lower down the voice, please? Everyone realizes the need for technological innovation. There is no exception for it there. Even other day I was visiting Mangeshkar Hospital. In pharmacy shop also, they always issue a token. Within 2 minute time, your name will appear on a screen for is there, which doctors you need to go. It's happening. It's a question is, sometime it takes a time. Sometime it can click in very no sooner time for is there. My suggestion is, I would have presented success stories as well as failure stories to the people, those who are not very comfortable in executing the technology for us there. And then let me tell you that everybody is very sincere in protecting his job. When you present continuously in untiring way a success stories of use of digital technology in industry for is there, as well as the failure stories for is there, it always helps you in ensuring the turnaround for. Let me tell you example. In one of our plant, people were not too comfortable for continuing with the new product for is there because it was more on technological base instead of manual intervention for is there. We organized their industrial visit to one company which had closed down. And then I tell you, they realized it that they themselves came and started propagating and advocating the philosophy of technology among other plants for us there. So my suggestion is, don't get nervous because it's not happening today. You need to try your level best for us there. And my firm belief is that there is no one on earth who will refuse acceptability of technology here. This is what is my opinion for us there. Thank you very much.
A very nice and informative presentation. One question is, a big part of our GDP is coming from SMEs and MSMEs. And whenever this, say, level of industry people hear about digitalization, they get afraid, first of all. Because a lot of big words are spoken, AI, ML and whatnot. Most of these industry people, they don't understand. What is the way you suggest that, first of all, this terminology we in digitalization promotion business have to make simple so that people will first be ready to take the first bite, because it's human. And since you have a great experience in HR, technologies sometimes make the things too complex to understand, especially to MSMEs and SMEs. Second is, how do you convince a small SME or MSME to take the first bite, apart from technology? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for placing this question. My firm belief is, and I advocate, like what I told you in Bharat Forge, we have 11,000 guys, those who are working. But then in our group also, we have certain small units where we employ about 70 people or 100 people. Some units are there where they are not even direct employees of our organization also. They are on third-party employment. What we do there, we conduct program for them in local language, completely. We give local experimentations for us there. And if we start doing from this humble way, without using any jargons for us there, you know, in conference, the speaker need to use the jargon, otherwise next organizer will not call that speaker. So I use for that purpose. Pardon me for that. Leave aside the lighter side for us there. But if you talk with people in a language which he or she understands for us there, the penetration of the thought process will be much deeper than we talk in seminars like this there. So that is what I feel.
Thank you, Dr. Bhave. Thanks for enlightening us on digitalization for capability building. Also sharing concept of leadership matrix in the Industry 4.0 era. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Santosh Bhave. Now it's time for the felicitation. I'd like to request Session Chairman Mr. Mangesh Patil, Maurya Group, Kolhapur, please step forward to felicitate our speaker of the day, Dr. Santosh Bhave, Director HR, Bharat Forge, Pune. I kindly request both of you, please come at the center of the stage. And can we have a round of applause for both of them? Once again, thank you so much for being here and providing us with your precious time for this biggest conference of the year, Wescon 2022, hosted by Kolhapur Chapter in Western Region.